Alright, so we've got our health bar and our display working for our health. And we've got a background for our ammo counter, but there's no text in it yet. So you could probably guess what we're going to do. We're going to take the context draw function, and we're going to paste that down here. Alright, but this time we don't want it to be the health display. We want to actually make an ammo display. So script.ammo display equals nil. And then we're going to come down here to update world, and we're going to drop in our self.ammo display. We're going to make that equal to, this is a little more tricky because it's a multi-line. Because what we're going to do is we're going to double stack it. We're going to make the bottom half of the box show how many rounds are in a clip, and the top half of the box to say how many rounds total we have left. So we actually need 2 of these. Actually, I don't think we need these. Yeah, we do. Alright, so let's come down here. So our ammo display 1 is going to be our clip counter. So let's say rounds in mag space equals space. And what that does is it makes it look exactly like this before it drops the factor, or drops this. If you don't put these spaces in here, it's going to clump all that together into a closer line. Like, here. Attempted global oh, I spelled script wrong. Wow. See how it's like health space equals space 100/100? If you take these spaces out here, it's going to crunch it all up, and it's all going to be in one. That was actually some really bad shooting. See how now it's all clumped up real tight? Okay. So I personally don't like that, but you might want that in your game. So you could format this however you want. But we're going to come down here and continue with clip ammo text. And that's all we're going to say there. And what that's going to do is the first display is going to give us our clip ammo. When we come down here underneath this, we could just do a context draw line. And like that. And instead of this, we're going to do this. So now it's going to actually be our why did I do that? Why is that line copied? I don't know why that line's copied. Oh, I copied that to do the ammo. Dirt. Sorry. Health display, ammo display 1. Alright. So now, instead of being this width, what we want to do is we want to actually grab this from this rectangle here. And actually, we don't want it all. All we want is the X value and the Y value. And then we're going to replace all of this XY with that. Close it. Make sure you have the closes. Alright, let's see what we got so far. We could take him out, because he's going to be annoying. If I got to shoot him every time we start, it won't be fun. Alright, now, see? We've got rounds in mag right on our health bar. So all we have to do is reposition it. Alright, so to reposition that text, all we have to do is, instead of being, because we did it the health bar color, all we have to do is, I grabbed the wrong line, and grab this line instead. and make sure that there should only be one comma because it's an X and a Y position. Actually two, because I accidentally copied over the ammo text. So I think I messed it up a little there somewhere. We'll see. Field context nil value. See, self.context. I did mess it up a little bit there. That's right where I messed it up. Alright, so now it's closer to where we want it, but I want the rounds of the mag on the bottom, so I'm going to take out this ×2. There we go. Rounds and maggots in the bottom. Alright, and we'll tweak that later in a second, what we want to do. For right now, we're just going to drop this down a line. We're going to add that ×2 back. And then we're going to say display 2, which is right now nil, but that's easy enough to fix. We're going to come up here, and we're going to say self.ammo display 2 equals total ammo equals, close that, and then and self dot total ammo text, and that's all we really need right there. So now when we run it, we got total ammo on the top and rounds in the mag below, and then we just need to clean that up a little bit by altering these factors slightly. Like the get width minus self x. Let's see. The top and bottom was a little off, so let's work on that. And then the height was a little off. So instead of making it the full 1, let's multiply that by 0.7. And then instead of being the 2, let's make it 1.7. Let's look at what we got. Alright, the top bottom looks, it looks okay. I can live with that. Now let's bring it out a little to the right. So by doing that, we're just going to say times 1.1 multiplied by 1.1. Yeah, that might be okay. Thinking about the math and how that's going to work. Nope. Messed that up a little because we're subtracting it. So let's try 0.9 and bring it away. Okay, it's a little better. Let's try 0.8. Okay, that's about where I want it. So every time when we fire the gun, we lose a round in the mag. When we reload, it puts rounds back in our mag, but our total ammo goes down. It's working. Okay. So let's add in the score text, and we're almost done. This is a little bit different. So the first thing we want is we're going to come back up here because we want a background for it. Otherwise, it's going to be hard to read. Context, semicolon, draw, rectangle, context, and we're just going to put it the same height. Well, the width, we want to do something different. So we want to do get width, and then we want to divide that by 2 to make it to the middle. But then we also we also want to subtract our self size x divided by 2, half of the self size, and that'll center the middle of the text. And then for the height, let's just do the same height as the other 2 boxes, because that was working out pretty well for us. but I do need to knock this ×2 off because the box isn't going to be double stacked. There's only a score line in there. So now we just want to make it self size dot x and self size dot y. So let's see if that's where we want it. Yep, it looks about right where we want it. I mean, it looks a little off-center, but when you actually line it up to the grid, it is centered. If you don't like that, you can place it however you want. You can slide it around a little. Now we're going to give it some text. So, and honestly, here all we're going to do is we're going to modify this value because we're not going to really use it for anything. And we could have done that up here for clip ammo and stuff, but the health factor, you really can't mess with those. Let's just stick with what we've been doing though. Let's give ourselves a script dot score display equals nil. Okay, so now we have score display. We'll stick with what we've got. No sense in changing it now. Score display equals score equals and then dot dot score text. Alright, so now we need to also drop in a context semicolon draw text self dot score display, and then we just want to line it up to that box. So we're going to context get height, get width, minus y. Drop that in there. Let's see what we got. And it's not quite centered up. So instead of this, let's just leave that blank. It's not going to be centered. Okay. Let's roll back instead of leaving that blank. Let's say, where did that put it? Put it all the way to the far left, right? Okay. Let's say multiplied by 0.25. It's still not going to be centered, but you could play around with this number. Let's give it an 1/8. Yeah, it's pretty darn close. Okay, so that's your basic. And then the zombies, I believe I have their I believe I have them set already to score count. Set mode dead. Doesn't look like I have them set. Alright, so we'll just do that real quick. I think it was kill score. Was what we called it. Yep, kill score. And we'll drop that zombie right back in there so that we can test out our score function, or score part of our HUD. Yep, there we go. Why did it go? Oh, I must have already had it in there. Just somewhere else. Because it gave us the 100 points. Oh well. Yeah. So we get our 100 points. So the score's working now. Alright. And I'll just cut this here, and then I'll make a video of how to clean this up a little more and make it look a little better. Like, one of the things I like to do in mine, this just got you the basics rolling, but I like it to make to where the boxes scale a little closer to the actual text size, so they're not like way big. I'll show you how to do that in the next video.